Hey guys, welcome to the show today. We're doing the Puck Drops here, third episode. Today we're going to not be doing rankings like I have the last two episodes. Today we're doing pregame, and I will be doing a postgame either tomorrow or later today on the Stanley Cup Final, game number 1. We have, as you guys probably know, the Washington Capitals, Eastern Conference champions for the first time since 1997 and 98, when they lost to the Detroit Red Wings. And we have the home team, the Las Vegas Golden Knights, first expansion team since the St. Louis Blues, and the second ever to go to the Stanley Cup Final. St. Louis Blues were smacked in 4 games by the Montreal Canadiens when they had Guy Lafleur and Jean Beliveau, 2 incredible players. Vegas Golden Knights now are playing the Washington Capitals, an impressive team, especially on the forecheck, and they're really good at establishing plays on the left circle, especially when Ovechkin comes onto the ice on line changes. Now, I'm going to give you a lot of prospects on this game, what I believe is going to happen, scores, the line, who scores, everything I believe. So we'll first do, and fittingly that the law has now been passed, and these are the Vegas Golden Knights, we'll do the line. My line in would be -1.5 for the Vegas Golden Knights. Are they expansion team? Sure. But they've been hot as anyone in the playoffs. They went 4, 6, then 5 games in all three series. That is a combined amount of 15 games played in the entire Western Conference, where the Washington Capitals have played 19 games, 4 more. 2 7-round series and 1 6-round series. 2 6-round series against Columbus and Pittsburgh, and 1 7-round series against Tampa Bay last round. So I see the Vegas Golden Knights having a high lineup here because of that they're home and that they're quick. And good. So we'll go to strengths and weaknesses now. And the strengths for me of the Las Vegas Golden Knights are, the 3 strengths would be they're really fast. They get on fast in the line changes. They get the puck to the back of the net. They get the puck on quick. They get players involved, make you really running for your time, and now you got guys that are exhausted. Second thing is that goes with the fact that they're so quick, they draw penalties really easily. They like to move around your goaltender, make your defense work, so your defenseman or your offensive forward may do a high stick or a forecheck or a back check, something that will result in a penalty. And they are efficient on the power play. And my third strength would be that they're very unselfish. They'll pass the puck. They don't care who scores. They love when their teammates score. In fact, they're a lot more emotional when their teammates score than when they specifically score. A lot of great players like this Eric Halla, Alex Tuck. You want to talk about Derek Engelland, who's been a leader for this team. You want to talk about Jonathan Marchessault, James Neal. Lots of great players that are unselfish. My 3 strengths for Washington, then we'll go to weaknesses, I would say, is that they're an incredible forechecking team. They will see a team that says that they're offensively better and people think can run up the score, and they will get on their best players and they will forecheck. Barry Trotz does a terrific job of focusing on matchups and they forecheck well, especially with their defenseman Dmitry Orlov, Matt Niskanen, and the veteran Brooks Orpik. The second strength I would say is that they're really good at play setups. They're great on the power play at this, but they'll find another time. They'll work on your goaltender. They'll set up about 3-4 chances right on him. And then they'll keep the puck in. They'll make sure they know where the onside is. They'll keep their skates on the line, puck on the line. And they'll pass. And then they'll have a setup play. And their setup play is usually Alexander Ovechkin on the left side. Maybe they'll usually it'll also be Backstrom on a tip-in or Backstrom on an unguarded juicy rebound. Their other favorite play will be when Oshie is sitting in the slot and TJ Oshie will be sitting there and getting ready to fire one into the back of the net, and they'll work on this setup play for any type of way. They'll just pass and pass and pass until they get a shot. Like this happened in, I believe it was Game 6 against the Tampa Bay Lightning. And they're really good at this. Last thing I would say is that they've got a very hot goaltender. Really elite with Braden Holtby. Weaknesses for Las Vegas, I would say not so experienced in the Stanley Cup final or in that many of the playoff games, even though they have come through. Marc-Andre Fleury is extremely skilled, but not so much experience. Like most of the last Western Conference teams we've seen come out into the final, that is their weakness in the playoffs and besieges them in the cup final when they lose. The trend continues. They're not so great on line changes. When there are line changes, they tend to drop the puck off short, and really good forwards can come in and score. So that's another weakness for Vegas. And then I'd say the last weakness for Vegas is that this seems to be a strength, but I think it's a real weakness because they don't have a real superstar who can take over the game. So if you have a set up zone defense right on the sides, and you're not letting a particular player get a real shot, or you're just letting really anyone get a shot, and you have defense that's clear it away anyway, there's no reason to really fear anyone. So I feel like that's a weakness. For Washington, their weaknesses is that they rely on Alexander Ovechkin to do too much. They have a lot of great players, but Ovechkin needs to do everything, and that is going to be too much of a burden for this Washington team. So I don't believe that is a good thing. The second thing I would say is their penalty kill is short and weak because they have a lot more younger players. And if you get bigger, more experienced Vegas Golden Knights coming right at them on a power play, it doesn't look good for a lot of the Washington Capitals. And that's going to be a real problem deep in games. Third thing I would say as a weakness is the fact that it's kind of a coaching weakness, and I love the Washington coaching staff. They do an incredible job, but the weakness is that I believe Lars Eller will be undervalued, and Lars Eller is one of the most underrated players in the entire National Hockey League. He is a real game changer, and I think that they need to ride him, and he will be good. But if he's not seen as a game changer, Washington may lose this series in about 5 games. Okay, so I'll go on the top 3 things that each team needs to do to win, and then I will talk about who I believe will score the goals, how they will score them, what periods they will be in, and who will win. And then that'll prep you for this game. The 3 things that need to be done by the Las Vegas Golden Knights to win this hockey game are they must shut down Alexander Ovechkin. He's the captain. He is a leader. He makes his teammates better. He has one of the best on-circle, off-blue line slap shots this league has ever seen. He's a fast, physical player. You shut down Ovechkin, you do not win this game automatically, but it's a huge bonus and a huge plus for your team if you can shut down Alex Ovechkin. I'd put 2 guys on him. Second thing for Vegas, I want to get Alex Tuch. I want to get Eric Halla, Derek Engeland, Marcia O'Neill, Carlson, all into the fray. I'd also like to put some players like Oscar Lindbergh and John Merrill, 2 former Devils and Rangers, into the fray more than they have been. Get everyone involved. Get them to touch the puck. That's going to be your second way to win. Third way, ride Marc-Andre Fleury. If this is a close game, which I believe it will be, and there are players hacking at the net, you're going to have to get to Marc-Andre. You're going to have to ride Marc-Andre Fleury, and he is going to have to make some epic saves. Okay, my 3 top keys for Washington to win this game. The 3 top forwards for the Las Vegas Golden Knights, James Neal, Erik Karlsson, and I would say it usually changes, but Tuch seems to get the puck a lot. I would not shut them down, because it's impossible to shut 3 guys down, but deny passing lanes when there are odd man rushes on them. My second key would be, well, you've got to find ways to set up plays as they normally do, and on turnovers, to find a way to get pucks past Marc-Andre Fleury. When you get to the first period, half of the second period, you're getting pucks at him and he's stopping them. That's good. But this is a Stanley Cup final, baby. This is what we're talking about. When you get to the end, near the end of the game, and you're down specifically, but even if you're tied, and you're not getting pucks out past Marc-Andre Fleury, even if you're getting at him, it won't mean anything because he's been Conn Smythe worthy this entire postseason. So you're going to have to get pucks past him in a hurry. My third thing would be, we said about creating turnovers and converting on turnovers. Cannot have any turnovers. The Vegas Golden Knights feast on turnovers. Especially they have lots of great skaters on that ice. Need to not have any turnovers for the Washington Capitals. You cannot have any turnovers. That is the big thing here. Now, I believe the first period will have 1 goal scored by Erik Halla for the Las Vegas Golden Knights at about 9:06 played in the first. In the second period, I believe there will be 2 goals. I believe Washington will score. I think it's going to be Lars Eller, and I think it's going to be at 17:06 played in the second. With 10:45 played in the second, I believe it will be scored by Alex Tuch for the Las Vegas Golden Knights. So it's 2-1 Vegas in the second period. I believe nobody scores in the third period until 29 seconds remaining. And I believe it's an empty netter, but there's a lot of chances. An empty netter for Jonathan Marchessault for the Las Vegas Golden Knights. Braden Holtby, 30 saves. Marc-Andre Fleury, 41. 1 goal allowed for Marc-Andre Fleury. 2 goals allowed for Braden Holtby, empty netter, obviously. And I believe the game ends 3-1. The Vegas Golden Knights win the game. Game 1, they lead the series 1 game to none. Lars Eller gets assists from Nicholas Backstrom and Christian Juice for Washington. For Las Vegas, Eric Halla gets assists from James Neal, Jonathan Marchessault, and Derek Engeland. For Alex Tuch gets assists from Derek Engeland and Oscar Lindbergh. And Jonathan Marchessault gets assists from William Karlsson. Excuse me if I said Eric Karlsson in this video. I meant William Karlsson. Jonathan Marchessault gets assists from William Karlsson. James Neal and Cody Eakin. And that's the end of the game of Game 1. Believe they can come back in Game 2, but we'll see tonight. I'm really excited for what's going to happen. All facets of the game. It's going to be an awesome game, awesome ride for Caps and Golden Knights fans. I'm a Devils fan. As you may have seen in my videos, the Capitals, huge connections. They are my third favorite team. Vegas is behind close by 5, but I will be rooting hard for the Washington Capitals tonight and Ovechkin. But this is my prediction. If you like it, any comments below, I would greatly appreciate it. Anybody watching this video, the Puck Stops Here is the channel. Again, email me at whalboy.fifoot@gmail.com, and my Twitter handle is at capital PETER, capital THE, capital THE 37. And tweet me anything you want to know. Tweet me any responses. I would love it. And that's episode 3 for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. All right, bye.